Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are on day number 4 of solving OOPS question. So we guys are having a streak of 4 of solving the OOPS question with Python. So in the last 3 days we have already solved lots of question with the help of Python, and now today we are gonna solve two more questions today on day number 4. So guys, just before starting to solve this question, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So there is a class that says create a class student with attribute name, age and marks. Implement a method to calculate and return the grade of the student based on marks obtained. Create an instance of the class with some sample marks and print out the student's grade. All right, so as you remember that we have already solved one question that named as class student, I think on day number 2. Yes, so on day number 2 we have already solved this question, but it was quite different. However, the class is same, but the logic, the thing they are asking is different. So we can solve this question because it's a different question and it's quite difficult from that we have done on uh, day number 2. So we have to name it as class student. Now we have to take attributes, and I encourage you guys to just do it on your own before following my uh, tutorial to solve these questions. So I encourage you all guys to solve it on your own. So if you are not able to solve this question, you can follow my method to get a hint. Alright, so now we have to take attributes which has name, then it is age, and then it's marks. Now remove pass from here and say self name is equals to names, self age is equals to age, and last attribute self dot marks is equals to marks. Now we have to create a method, implement a method to calculate and return the grade of the student based on the marks obtained. So def grade obtained. So we have to create a method. So you can create with any name. I have chosen grade obtained. So they have not mentioned that which type or what is the name of the method. They have not mentioned, so it's all open-ended. You can choose any method you want to you can choose any name of the method you want to put in. So I have chosen grade obtained, so I have to take self in it here, and now they're saying implement a method to calculate and return the grade of the student based on marks obtained. So marks obtained is this, so grade obtained would be return self dot marks. So they have clearly mentioned that based on the student marks we have to return the grade. So I think that this marks is a list. So if it's a list, how we are gonna get the student grades? Create an instance of the class with some sample marks and print out the student's grade. So if it's a list, let's say marks is a list. uh, Mars is a list. What is a list? List is like this. I have like sample marks 98, 80, then I have 70, and now I have uh, let's say 60. So these are the marks. So these are marks. So I don't think at this level you should be solving such question. However, I can pretty make sure that we can solve this question with the help of list as well. But this much is fine, because we will be moving further in this tutorial. In this question, in this playlist, we will be solving these questions as well, where we are gonna where we will be gonna tackle a list, dictionaries, and different types of data structures. Now they have simply said that based on the student marks obtained, you just return the grade. So whatever the marks is, just return the uh, grade. So alright, so this is done. So create an instance of the class with some sample marks and print out the student's grade. So what we can do here is, instead of creating a list, what they actually asking us is that we have to create a grade. So let's say we have to put conditionals here, in fact. So I interpreted the question wrong. The question says here is that we have to put if else condition in. So if self dot marks is greater than, first of all I will be checking if self dot marks is less than 100, less than equal to 100, and self dot marks is greater than 0 or equal to 0. Now after this I will be putting another. So I have put this condition here that it should be ranging from 0 to 100. Now I have to put another method, another condition, in fact, that where I am gonna check the marks. So now I can check the mark if self dot marks is greater than 90, or you can say greater than 80. I will be saying that return grade A. Alright, now elif self dot marks is greater than 60, I will be saying that return grade B. Now elif I am gonna put here self dot marks greater than 40. It's just some I'm putting some random values. I'm not checking it where is grade A and grade B. I'm just putting some random values here, that if the student scores greater than 80, it will be he scores or she scores a grade A, and if it's greater than 60, then it will be grade B, and if it's greater than 40, then it's grade C, and if it's lesser than this, then I will be saying that return fail. Alright, now this is done. Now I will be saying that else print what? Print please input the number ranging from 0 to 100. So I hope that now you have understood this whole concept here, that first of all I am taking a if condition here, that it should be ranging from 0 to 100, and then I have putting another condition. So it's a conditional nested conditions. So condition inside condition, so that we call condition inside condition, we can call nested conditions. Now after coming out from this condition, this whole condition, I am saying that if it's greater than 100 or less than 0, you should be printing that print please input the number ranging from 0 to 100. Now let's create an instance of this class. Let's say who is the student? Let's say you are a student, so you is equal student. Now I have to take 3 attributes here. Let's say my first name is Arsalan, and the second attribute is, let's say, put some random age. Let's say I am 40. That is quite higher. Let's say I am 13, because we are students, so 40 is quite uh, huge age, quite aged age. So Arsalan 13, and now I have to put marks. So let's say I have marks of let's say 98. So if I print, control that, if I print u dot marks, sorry, grade obtained, and show you what we got here, you will see that we will be printing a grade A here. So we know that it would be printing grade A. Now let's say instead of 98 I got 68, I should be getting B here. So it's quite working fine. Now if I get 8 here, so we will be showing a fail. See, it's showing us a fail. Or if I put 41, it should be printing C. So what if I print 100 or 101? If I put 101, what should it be printing? What should it be printing? It should be printing, please input the number ranging from 0 to 100. So instead of print, I should return it this value, because it will show me return. It will show me none value in after printing this value. So I hope that you have understood this question. Now let's move on to question number 2. So this was quite lengthy. Initially we interpreted it wrong, but we can solve, means there are some question which has some list type also, but this question was quite easy, but we interpreted it wrong, and now we have understood this question as well. Now without wasting time, let's quickly move on to question number 2 and solve this question as well. So create a class called circle with attribute radius, implement method to calculate and return the area and circumference of the circle, create an instance of the class and print out the area and circumference. So we already know that we have solved this question of circle. However, it was an easier one. This question is quite difficult. Its difficulty level has already has been increased. I think we did it on question day 1. So we did on day 1. Now we are on day 4. So see how it changes the difficulty level. So now class circle def init. Now we have to take attribute radius. Now self dot radius is equals to radius self. Now what they are asking is different from the one which we did on day 1. So now they are asking us to implement a method. So let's say we have a method to calculate the and return the area and circumference of the circle. So let's say we have def area as a method. So here we will be returning self dot radius square into pi. So pi is 22 by 7. So pi radius is square, pi r square. So this is radius, this is radius, and if you put double star, it will give us the square, and now that we are multiplying it by pi, which is 22 by 7. Now if you want to use a math module, use a pi constant math.pi. You can import math module here, import math, and you can, instead of using 22 by 7, you can use math.pi. You can use this as well and that as well. However, I will just make it quicker, so I am just gonna use 22 by 7. Alright, so I have just commented it out. Let's zoom in here. So you can see it in a better view. Now let's create um another method which uh, calculate the circumference self. Now return, which is 2 into pi, so pi is 22 by 7, 22 by 7 into r, so r is self dot radius. Now we have to create an instance of the class and print out the area and circumference. So let's create a is equals to circle, and we have to take the radius. Let's say we have 5 as a radius, so a dot print a dot area, and simultaneously I will be printing the circumference as well, so I'm printing both. Now let's see what we got in here. So it's 78.57, 31.4285. So this is the circumference and that is the area. If you want to make it more readable, you can of course put it like this, like f is equals to this, and you can also put the round method to round off the value. If you want to, you can do it, and if you want to use math model, you can use that as well. It will not change anything. And that's all for today. I hope that you've enjoyed solving this two question, guys, and I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. If you do so, please do subscribe and like my video and support the channel so that you can get the best output from the playlist. So guys, these questions I think you have understood, and you now have gained so much confidence in oops. In the upcoming tutorials we will be just making it more difficult, taking it to a more difficult level, slowly and gradually, like we have started from day 1 and now we are on to day 4, and we have seen that how the same class methods, we have seen that how same class can have different logics. So this was all for today. Thank you guys for watching this video and see you next time.